Okay.
Senta in the future.
In the future. Don't forget about your past. Gotta make it to Spice Girls. Okay. So pretend this is a flat wall. Okay. You're going to put this nice hard ball that your children cannot play with on your area, wherever that needs to be, and then you're going to roll it around to where you feel pressure points. And that might be even lower here, but pretend this wall is flat. OMG, I'm going to steal this from you. So try to pretend it's flat, and then the wall is flat, rather. So put it on one cheek, not in the middle, put it on one cheek, like on this side. Now shift your weight to that side, to this side, like kind of like that. Yeah. And then just kind of roll around. Yeah. So when the wall is flat, you're going to be able to control it a little bit more, but do you understand the idea? So the idea is to find those trigger points where they kind of get really tight, where it kind of all gets meshed up in there and gets tight from sitting and all the things that you do, and just for a release. So you're doing releases for yourself, right?
Yes.
That you can get from the side. All right, same thing on the other side. So you can do it as long as you want to, but for the sake of the video, you're gonna have to change sides. In video time, we're gonna stick it in the oven, and magically, it's baked.
Hilarious.
Magic. I'm gonna start recording Brian doing like cooking in the kitchen. My friend got me this this tripod, and I'm gonna start recording here. But I'm like, people would love to see you cook. He's like, it's not fun to watch. I'm like, people want to see you cook.
Because I actually, a lot of times, I read something and I don't really know like what is cutting it in 1-inch pieces means.
Right. I mean, if he's doing it and he looks good doing it. I mean, I'm like, people want to watch you, I promise. They do. Okay, same idea with the shoulder. I know this is a different body part, and it's going to be a little tricky here. Hold on, because the bricks. But, so get a little bit lower. Come here, I'll help you. Get a little bit like squatty down a little bit. There you go. Now, the idea is this. Now so you want to roll around to where you feel like a little bit of a pressure point, and then just kind of like let it kind of mesh in. Do you feel that?
Yeah, that's great because I have a lot of thoracic pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you spend time doing this and da-da-da. And this is like trying to get that and put the pressure point in it. Yeah, just like that. So on a regular wall, you wouldn't want to be quite as squatty because you want to kind of really like push against it. But we're outside because in the future, you might not remember about Corona. But in the present, we got the Corona. We got the Corona. But hopefully, when you watch this next,
Well,
it's gone.
I hope I don't wait that long.
Well, you know, your name is Senta. I know this about you. Okay, so wall things, glutes, upper back, in between, like in between. So you want to go on either side, not on the bone, but like shoulders. So good. I'm telling you, it will release these things back in here like crazy. So play with it. Better to do on the wall because with that ball being as stiff it is on the ground, it's too intrusive.
Yeah.
But on the wall, you can gauge how much pressure you put against it to get the spaces. Okay?
Yes, got it.
And those are your wall
Extra.
pieces. Same idea with the toe. Oh my. Strike a pose. Strike a pose. Okay. So from there, you want to go over to the side, and this is going to go on your glutes or on your, but you want to roll over a little bit. So you want to shift so you're not like straight on it, but you kind of roll into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And to find those places, to find that place. Does it feel like it's hitting enough?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I didn't even remember. I didn't know how sore this was until I'm doing all this.
Well, the thing is it adds up, and then when it gets to that boiling point, it's gonna tell you.
Right.
But you want to kind of like get into it before it turns
gets
into
there.
that boiling point. And so these are the kind of things to release some of the pressure before it turns into a problem.
Yes.
Right? Right. I was talking to the camera. Perfect. I know so much. All right, so another way to do that too, sit up for a second, please. And I'm gonna touch that ball if you don't care. Another way to do that is to do it seated. So you're here and you extend the leg and then you're holding yourself up a little bit and then you're rolling into the more of the side from your tailbone to your hip. Well, not all the way to your hip, but you understand what I'm saying. So I would do this side. Why don't you do this side so you can be, and so shift, now lean towards the camera. Yes, and I would straighten this leg up, the bottom of this leg, inside leg, and shift into that side, like almost like you're on a roller. Is it too much?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And so with that, so what you want to do, you want to roll around, yeah, because it feels good. Then when you find a place that you know is a trigger, try to hold it. And I know it is not really comfortable, but try to hold it and breathe through it and let, what's happening is that pressure from that ball is cutting off the blood flow to that area because you want to hold the pressure. Then hold it for like 30 seconds or as long as you can to a minute maybe, and then come off of and then roll around, and then you're going to get blood to come back in there. So it's going to get deeper in that tissue. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's a very much of, it's a therapy process of trying to recover and repair those areas that are really irritated from daily stuff. Not like when you're like in a flare up, this is not the right time to do something like this.
More maintenance.
Right.
This is into that.
Right. So it's one of those things where maybe you're, and I've seen you do it before, like maybe you're talking on the phone on speakerphone and you're just like this, and so la la la, you know, and you're doing something or watching TV or something to where you can just like spend time doing it without it being like consuming and taking you away from everything.
Mess it up.
You can't really mess it up because if it is sharper shooting, you stop. But if it's uncomfortable, that's part of the process, is to be uncomfortable. Perfect. Okay, so that's the glute part. Now, the shoulder part, again, we're on the ground. This is a softer surface than like a concrete floor, or you know, a hardwood floor. So it's going to be a little more giving, but not a whole lot. So that's going to go behind your shoulder, like you did on the wall with the blue ball, but here behind your shoulder, and then you just kind of roll to where you feel like maybe a pressure point. And with this one, you kind of like sink into it. I would support the weight of your head and just kind of let that pressure point push in to where it is, to where the spot is. And I will go a little bit, and then this way you can kind of shimmy around on it, around it, about it.
I hope you know that my thoracic's going to be
well, they're all connected. Like everything's coming together in your center, and mostly you're coming together in your hips. Of course, your core, but your hips are part of your core. So everything's kind of coming together. So if you have stress in one area, it's going to radiate up or down. You're going to feel more than the other. Usually, you're going to feel one side more than the other, but it's going to radiate. So in taking care of the ends, it's going to alleviate some of the center, right? And you spend a lot of time on your computer, at your desk, doing, it's not busy work, but doing white collar job, that white collar job of yours.
Also, can you text me Frank's attorney's information? You know, I just had a client yesterday who needs like a divorce custody attorney, and a lot of times I refer people to a girl at Van Winkle.
So just release as much pressure as you can and or need to. And you're going to feel it a lot, but not on your kneecap. Just,
Listen, I am trying to talk through. We won't have enough money for a couple years, but I was trying to figure out if we can. I'm not going to have any money at all. But,
for a couple years.
Basically. But like maybe doing a VRBO for the summer, like at least for a month, for Hayes to do some camps back up here and make my life easier for a month. Like, I'm really going to push on that.
Whatever happened with your, all right, and then you will do the other leg, same thing. So you want to apply as much pressure and or as little pressure as you need to. Right, well that's what I'm saying. And all this goes into your hip flexor, which you would kind of roll down just a little bit more, and I would drag this leg down. And try to get a little more, right here, babe. Try to get a little more right here to where your hip flexor and your, And I know that probably hurts a good bit. Well, I mean, enough to where it's uncomfortable. But you see what that's doing? So where it meets right there, and this tight iliopsoas hip flexor pulls on your back. So this is an important release too. Nice. And then we'll do on the same other side. All right.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Hey guys.
It's Senta and Kim.
Senta and
For
Kim.
you, Senta in the future.
Okay. So you got your band here,
Okay.
yes. Step to the right and then come back center. Stay on the same side. Stay on the same side.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So when you squat, make sure your weight stays right in the middle. Yep. So watch yourself how you do that. Center. Yep. And then right back up. So your weight places in the center of where your feet are every time and then pulls back. And then that way you're evenly distributed through your knees. 4, 3. So we'll do 10 to the right side and then 10 to the left. And 1. So now go to the left side. There you go. Centered up, girl. 10, good. 9. I'm sorry when you watch this in the future, Senta, and you see this beautiful mountain way in the back there. You could be like, I miss those mountains.
I'm gonna do these on the beach and take a video for you.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see on the beach. 3. Oh yeah. 2 more. What's that? 2 too big. 1. Only because it pulls that knee in a little bit.
Right.
Okay, so just the right leg. We're gonna stand tall. You're gonna pull off that right leg to the side. Now, if you needed to hold on to something like a counter or anything like that to watch your back, then you should. Okay. So I'll put my hands here just to really find your center, and then just lift, and it's just not huge out to the side. Yep. That ding is your phone.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'll turn on silent in a minute.
No, it's fine. This is for you. Oh yeah. It's nice. So your standing leg is working also because you're pulling away from it, and it has to accommodate for the pull away from the center. Yep. This last one, yes. Good. All right, then same thing on the other side. So you should be ready to shift your weight off that leg, but it's pre-fatigue, so this side's going to feel a little harder on your lift too. Nice. And whoops. And 5.
Is it good to have a little bend in this?
4. Yes, your standing knee is soft so that you don't lock that knee out, which puts pressure inside that knee. She's probably heard me. You've heard me say that more than once.
I have a tendency to lock my knees.
I
like it.
1, but you don't have as much hyperextension as some people, which is
right.
good. Okay, so now we're going to step back with the left leg, because then that means the right leg's the worker. So the left leg is going to step back, and it's not huge because we're banded. You know, go back far enough to where you can pull away from the center and then come back up. Yes? Yep. Good. And that band is really staying in place well.
That's perfect.
8.
This feels very supportive.
7. I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it feels kind of like when you have an ACE bandage on.
Yes.
If you have something and you feel like, okay, I can do that because I have that support.
Right.
But you're not injured.
Do you go to like exercise expos to find stuff
One
like
more.
this?
No. A
did
lot
you
of it
find
is, okay, then step back. A lot of it training or training sources where we get a lot of our equipment and things from. They come out with periodicals. They come out with magazines and they have different ideas because you can buy so many gadgets that do little things. So I like gadgets that are multi-purposeful and functional.
Yeah.
And the last one.
Really? This doesn't feel like we did that.
Okay, so now, and if I'm wrong, you can edit, you can watch the video later. All right, so you're going to stand on your right leg. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. And then you're just going to squeeze small back. Now, this again is a place where you might want to hold on to a countertop or something just to get that, extra help to maintain. But
I'm feeling strong.
the dancer in you, what's going on here? Actually. Yeah, so I would start here, start a little bit lower and then focus on not it being too high, but just being tight. There you go, like that. Yep. So like a little more here and a little more arabesque. Is that the right word? No? I had to ask my friend Heather. I don't know.
Arabesque is right.
That's right? Yay! I was right. I knew she would know.
When it goes up in the air, it's an arabesque on the layer.
Okay, well, that's too many layers for me.
I mean, I did pass a Southern Dance Teachers Association teaching exam when I was 16.
That was just a couple of years ago. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so we're gonna switch. All right, so now listen. You should feel that standing leg.
Yes,
you should
right
really
here
feel
is
that hip.
exactly where it is.
Because it's really high and it's small. That's what kept it in that hip because you made it really small. Yep. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yep. Good. And she did about she did like 15 of these. So we're still on that. Uh-huh. But it looks good. Get it? But it looks good.
That's gonna give me a laugh.
Two T's or one? I don't know. I know, right? We are just so funny.
We really are.
We really are. We're really funny.
Oh my gosh,
One. Woo!
with a
Nice.
double T, okay? Oh my
I know.
god.
All right, so on this one, I know, but we're gonna get this all through.
Okay.
So you're gonna sit back like a chair pose. Okay, so this is a thing. Remember, for future reference too. Anytime your arms go out, you're gonna be pulling more from your back, and everything's extended.
Okay.
So that's gonna be even more stressful here. So what we would want to do here is like to hold here. You're gonna come up, lift back, or you can go here and lift. And here, the lift is small and you're alternating. So remember, the arms can be too much. And maybe today it is too much because you said it was a little empty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we'll start here.
Okay.
Find your center. Squat back and then just squeeze. And then sit back. Nice. 9. Very good. Is that okay?
Yep.
And another even more supportive is if you put your hands here.
Okay.
7.
You're gonna go intermediate.
6. There you go. Perfect. Intermediate. And that all that is just like bracing, like how much you're expecting out of your back. But your foot placement is perfect. And your lift is perfect because it's not high, it's just that shifting and even onto one leg. Good. One more makes you even, yes?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit of a back stretch.
Okay.
Okay, so put your hands on just above your legs. You just pull your belly button in. I said above your legs, I mean above your knees. Pull your belly button in and then flat. So all you're doing is the cat-cow to release the back. Yep. And then flatten it. Yeah. Just to get that extra little stretch in that back that does a little extra work while you're there. Good. 1. Good. All right, so it's gonna be a lot of legs today, okay? Okay, so you're gonna take your right leg and keep it where it is. The left leg is gonna step back at an angle,
Okay. Ooh.
like
Okay.
so, and it may not go very far because this line is the most important part, is the front line. The back toe is just tapping, just tapping. Good. Now, if you alternate legs, it's gonna be a little bit more cardiac and also some foot placements with balance.
Okay.
If you stay on one leg, it's going to be more intense in the glutes and the hamstrings to focus on that one leg for 10.
I'm gonna do it.
So either way, perfect. So either way is a good way to get through the exercise. Just make sure, like today, where do you need to be? Nice. 6, that's perfect. 5, only thing I would do is I would shift a little more in your heel. Your weight. 4. Yes. See what I mean? 3. Good.
That does make it harder.
It does. But so you would say, okay, that's too much, and or I needed that little extra piece, right? This last one. Nice. All right. Same thing on the other side. And when you change sides, remember you're going to have a transition mentally and physically to like readjust. And that's called the adaptation phase. So when your body is finding its way to adapt to what it is that you're asking it to do, that's an important part of the exercise.
Yes, my physical therapist used to talk about adaptation.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Some people know.
Yeah.
People's knows. Nice, really good too. And that's so much a part of like as we get older and our lives change and we're not living like kids and doing things adventurous time, that you're more safe, so you like stay in one spot, everything's more conservative, and so therefore you're more vulnerable in the stabilizers and you're weaker in those, right?
Yeah.
So we gotta be a kid, kid. Okay, so now, we kids, that's for sure. All right, so let's do this. We're gonna go back, forward. Wait, did you go forward or did you go back?
I went backwards.
Okay, yes, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so we're gonna go forward.
Okay.
When you go forward, we're not gonna go at an angle, sorry. You're gonna go forward and it's not gonna be very far. And then you're gonna twist small, just enough to kind of make that leg have to adapt to you shifting your weight. Come back, 1 and 2, because you're not going to be able to go out very far because of the band. So don't think of it as a big lunge, wherever you need to be, baby. Don't think of it as a big lunge. Think of it as a step and a drop. And rotate towards that leg and then come back. Yep, the back part's really tough too.
You're doing the same leg or alternate?
Well, I would like to alternate
Okay.
because because I feel real secure in you shifting your leg this way,
Yeah.
because every time you don't have to readjust, like in the reverse curtsy,
Okay.
every time you have to like make sure of your placement with your front knee, blah, blah.
Okay.
This way, so it's a little bit less adapting and more benefit from the function of it, from like the having to switch every time, right?
Yeah.
Which is a challenge too.
Do you think I ever could run a marathon?
Okay, there's a big difference between if I think you can do something or I think that you should.
Do you think
do
I
something.
physically, no, not if I should, but if I physically would ever be able to train and complete a marathon?
Time. Okay, so we're gonna take that off. So the answer to that is this. Everything has a benefit and a cost. The cost for that, for you, would be high,
Yeah,
physically.
right.
Is it worth the benefit of saying that you did something like that? To me, with running or something like that, it has always been no. But that doesn't mean, oh, you're not going anywhere. Come up, bring that back. Sorry. It's gonna go in your hands. But you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the thing is, like, can you do it? You could. It would come at a high price for you. Physical therapy wise, a lot of different ways it would come at a price for
Yeah.
you. Physically, take away from a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so to me, I say no. All right, so with this one, your arms are gonna go up like this. You're going to lunge forward. I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Yes, you're going to lunge forward. Here, ding, ding. Here, ding, ding. Yep,
direction of the
perfect.
leg.
So go across the leg that goes out in front. Perfect. And that band is making upper back, shoulders on. It's also making your abs work more. How does that feel to your back, though?
Good.
Your lower back? Yes, you're
Great.
okay?
Fine.
Good.
Doesn't feel okay.
So you're getting a lot of rotation in holding that this way. You're getting a lot of rotation in that back. So nice. Nice. So glad that we're here and we don't have to talk about and or the rain. Because I don't even know.
It might not even be
And
rain.
when I
We
came
have
out, I was
some
like, well,
big-
it's kind of misty when it wasn't a minute ago. But now I'm like, okay. Nice. 2 more. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, because I'm pulling in my abs to help me.
Yes. Good. Okay, so now your arms are going to be lower this time, and you're going to bring. Okay, now when you bring your legs up, remember. Sorry, remember. So knees are going to be a stretch,
Okay.
and extension is going to be a bit of more of a
Okay.
pull,
Uh-huh.
more work.
Okay.
But is it worth it?
Yeah.
So this is what's going to happen. Robot arms, you've got 1 and 2, or 1 and 2. And they don't have to be high.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Good.
it just that.
I think that's a good idea for you today. I just wanted you to
Yeah,
know
how you
the
can-
difference. Now go a little bit slower and more think about the roundness of your lower back and tuck. As you come up, it's here. Almost like you're almost wanting to think about threading even. Yes. Now look how much more movement you have in your lower back. And the movement in stretching, releasing the vertebra, releasing that to create space versus being really stiff, right? Which holds the muscles on. Good, 1 more. Nice. Now your shoulders should be kind of fiery.
Yes.
Yes, good. Good, okay, so I know. So from here, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop down, so they're not gonna be out as much, but it's going to serve the purpose of more challenge, okay? So you're gonna drop down here,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna come up a little bit, but you don't have to come all the way up because then that's a little bit much. But it's all about this. So when you drop in, let's stay on one leg because when you have to go back to side, it's a lot of adaptation. And so I'd rather stay on one, but it means more concentrated leg work. Yes? All right, so we're down towards the floor. You don't have to go that low, and then back up. Same leg, just a bit. Yep. Uh-huh. Yes. Very good. So really it's just about trying to get the arms and the legs to do the work at the same time and finding your balance all the while. Yep. So your shoulders should have like backed off a little bit,
Yes.
but you're still engaged. You're just not as intense. Nice. And you should really feel that left leg. Let's try to figure out what
But
leg.
nothing's like yelling at me yet. Like that's not totally
But you
yet.
still feel
Yeah,
it, right?
right.
You know, like I'm
Yes.
isolating this one leg. Get one more.
Is the bent knee okay?
You want to keep it soft,
Yeah.
but see how straight your leg is, which tells me you're nice. Which tells me your hamstrings are okay. So now, how does this leg feel? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're gonna do the stretches in a second. So this one goes.
Oh, see, my right leg is just a lot weaker.
And also remember, you're
It's
changing
fatigue,
sides.
yeah.
It takes a second to adapt. It takes a second for your brain to even catch up to the fact that you're on a different side. Oh wait, what do I do?
Right.
It has to kind of restart a little bit. Nice.
Feels like a good stretch in the hamstring. on
It
that one.
is. It's a great stretch on the hamstring because your leg is nice and long,
Right.
and then you're pulling against it. Nice. And that's a lot of core and lower back. So you're working your back gently. And if you felt your back, like maybe a day was like, oh, that's a little bit too much, just don't lift your leg as high.
Okay.
And then that will take some of it off.
Okay. Right.
The extension, this is your last one. Yes! Nice. Okay, so we're gonna let that be done because I know you feel your back. Put that over here. All right, so let's come over here because I want you to hold on to something. So I want you to be able to cross your left leg over your right and then just sit back like you're sitting in a chair. And the reason you want to hold on to it, like you can do this here and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
There's a lot of balance that has to happen and I really want the stretch. For you, we want the stretch as much as we can.
Did you go to the nail salon? Are they open?
I did this
Oh,
myself.
that's great.
I'm not going back. Well, because like they're gonna shut down again, and then I'm gonna have to peel them off myself again, and I can't do that. Was awful.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah.
Frank's at the lawyer right now. Because she is lost it. Lost it. She is not coming back.
Does she said a real lawyer's name yet?
Yeah, so it's like some kind of, it's spelled differently.
Yeah,
With like two G's
Yeah.
and two E's or
Yeah.
something. It's like, I don't know, but we'll know today. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do some of our, we're gonna use this again.
Okay, great.
So pretend like it's a countertop, and we're far away, but you'll be able to see it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do calf raises. So just with the fingertips, you're gonna lift up and down, just like that. Yeah.
That's like what I've been doing since I was like 6 years old. So
Right, but that's good. How often do you do that?
not anymore. I'm saying when I do ballet. Like,
Oh, yeah, but
always
this
morning.
is so much because it's also, since you wear heels, it's really good for your feet.
Okay, great.
Also, if you are like on a step, which we are not, but like let's say there's a step, you're off your back porch or something that your heel drops off of, then you come up, then you're gonna get you're gonna get more stretch. Right now you got a lot of strengthening, but it's really good for your feet and for your calves. So that's really a good like little piece to be like, okay, I want to make sure I get some of these in. Good. Okay, so now we're gonna do one leg. So on the one leg, we're gonna hold the opposite knee up if you can. We're gonna come up on the ball of that foot and then press up. So you're 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, yep, 5. And if you only want to hold on with one hand, that's fine too. 2, 1, and quickly switch.
I
to
don't.
the
Oh
other
my
side.
god,
I know,
it's
quickly
so
switch to the
hard.
other
Okay,
side.
okay, I'm quickly.
9, 8, 7, 6, yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Does this all loop around to like eventually back down to the golf course? That's cool.
So it was, did you do both sides?
Yes, I
2
did.
sets, both sides?
No, not 2 sets on one leg. I just did 1 set on each leg.
And that was it?
Yeah.
So when he bought this property, it was an 18-hole golf course. So he made it a 9-hole so he could develop the rest. Ain't nobody not smarter than him. So he wants to eventually have like a retirement place where like people can live and have a, yeah. his visions of things. When he bought this property, he came in with a lot of ideas. Okay, so now with that, I know. Okay, so now with that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do your calves are tight. So what we're gonna do is off that same counter, you're gonna take that right leg back and lean from, yes. So when you lean from that heel, keep that heel down, but you're pulling off that heel, then you get this great stretch. And also behind the knee. Also, this is stretching your soleus, which attaches to the back of your heel. So it's, again, with the heels that you love to wear.
Yep, unfortunately.
Even
I
though
learned yesterday.
somebody tells you not to.
I know.
Did you go into the store? I mean, into the office?
Yeah, I've been going into the
Oh,
office.
that's right.
But
Switch.
somebody stopped in after they got out of the hospital for a sign-up, so I kind of felt like I needed
They were ones that go to the women.
I know.
They brought her on.
She was so much better.
Oh, that's awful. One, I'm not flattered. Don't you know there's so many girls in New Orleans and Florida, it's like
Yeah, that's why I'm not
scary. Good.
I'm really anxious in my job here. I have a client from Tampa actually I talked to the other day. I dislike him. Like the Floridians, they have a different mindset
Oh, I
about
know.
personal injury.
Oh, I know.
I'll keep my North Carolinian
All right,
clients.
let me come this way. So here, oh, I know. And it's kind of weird. All right, so plies. Do you want to face the camera so you can see yourself? I'm just saying. Okay, fine. You can't really, I want you to see your knees and toes. Look how mine are. Yeah, knees and toes. Straight down and then up. Oh, yeah, so you need to go, let's go wider. I know you're a ballerina, but what I want to do, yes. The wider you go, the more you're going to feel your inner thigh, like all the way up into here. Right, nice, good. Does that hurt anything? 7.
I know it sounds like it does, but it's not.
No, those are just, all that is, so that popping noise, yes, so with the knee, you've got the cartilage, you've got little bone, you've got the part of the bone, and all. So over time, it rubs until you get little teeny tiny, like, shavings that float around in there, and so they can make that noise. And or it can also be like tight ligaments, tendons that are connected, and so when you're going down like that, so the thing is like if it doesn't hurt,
Keep doing
it's
it.
just natural stuff. It's old stuff.
Yeah.
It's just kind of out there moving around. One, nice. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the side with side lunges, big, because some of the things that we're doing now. After you've taken the band off, now we've got the range of motion. So like with the plie squat, you couldn't
Right,
do that.
okay.
The side lunge, you couldn't do that. So with this one, you're gonna step big to the right side and then come back in and then big to the left side. Or you start straight, remember last time I told you about one side, center, other side. Then you're not having to step out and place your foot every time. Okay, so more in your heel. Yes. Perfect. 8, But you always want to just be able to say, well, you know, I don't really feel like it's a little bit too much to step out and pull it back in. So then you could do the same, get the same stretch and or strengthen from here. Sorry if I did it in the camera. I didn't. Okay, good. Without having to have your feet in the right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Good, because that's a really great inner thigh stretch. 1. Nice. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1. So why don't we do this? Why don't we get your band since we still have all of our time? Look, we've got 23 minutes in already. What?
That's awesome.
I mean, on video. All right, so here's your band. I didn't touch the handles. Okay, so you're gonna cross that over. I know it's been a minute since you used that one. No, I'm sorry. Step on top of the 2 feet. My bad. Okay, 2 feet. Now cross it over in the center. Yeah, like that. You just kind of hold them up on your hips. And you're just gonna step side to side, like you did, kind of like you did with that. 9, 8, 7. Your resistance is different. When it's around your ankles is even different than when it's around your legs, right? What's wrong? Why
No, it just feels bizarre.
like
Like a loomty.
Oompa, loompa, loompa, dee, dee.
That's exactly what I feel like.
One more. Oh, nice. All right, so now from here, you're gonna uncross the band. Okay, so you're either gonna have it here,
Okay.
or you're gonna have it here.
I'm gonna start low.
Okay, start low. You're gonna squat down, and then up. Okay? All right, so this is what's happening. Turn to the side. So when you squat, watch your knees. See how far forward they're coming? You're not looking. Look.
Okay.
So you want to go back. Watch this. Put your hands on your hips. I want to show you. Now go. Now pull. See what I'm saying? So, this is the thing. This is what I think you should do. What was wrong?
It's just that is uncomfortable
For what?
to stick my butt out like that.
Uncomfortable as in you feel inappropriate?
No, just like my body's trained not to do that. It
I
has
know.
to dance, so I
I
just
know.
have a hard time.
But
And I
you're
thought
also,
fall,
if-
too.
you're not. All right, so let's do this. I think this and some of it's like throwing you off. So let's just put them up here. I think you're going to be just fine. You just kind of let it, just hoist them. Yeah. So same thing. Jump just like that and see what happens. Now back up. Feel better?
Yeah, this hurts my elbow though.
Oh,
more I
does
break.
it?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Better? Now, there you go. And I think having those up, I think this was like, your weight was like,
Yeah.
but now with your arms here, and even without, but this is a really good way to show that that's a much better squat than where you were, and you may not get that perfect, because that's gonna work your glutes and hamstrings and not your quads and your knees. Nice, yeah, that's good. Let's take those down. I don't want it to get too much on your back. Yeah? Okay, so now, go ahead and stand on that again. So let's go through a little arm series.
Okay.
And then, because we don't, I mean, I want to get it all in here, but I don't want you to have too much on one, because
Yeah.
then you'd be like, I got to get all
Yeah,
those and
right,
get arms.
right.
So let's do this. All right, so we're going to do our arm series with the band, and you're on the band with 2 feet, radio.
Okay.
So bicep curls, 10, 9, perfect. 8, 7, does that feel like it's enough?
Yes.
6, okay. 5.
What would I do if it didn't?
4. Okay, so this is the deal where it's kind of crazy. One, the other band that I gave you, these straps are so long here, like you can't. So it's different. So
Okay.
the thing is you could either hold it here
Okay.
versus on the handle, or use the green band instead.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Because it looks like it might be. All right, so now take your palms back, hinge forward just a little bit, and you're gonna press straight back. So that's yes, and that's perfect. You can't see in the video, but her spine is perfect, just straight back, just like mine is right here.
We're perfect together.
We are. Well, I just want to say that it's really good because
Yeah.
it's really important. And every time you press back, you should feel this contraction here to brace as the resistance goes back. One more. Good. Nice. All right. So in the front, you're going to cross the bands over. Like that. Okay. So palms are down, and you're going to zip up.
Ooh, I like this one.
And then back down. So that's upright rows. Oh, so good for your posture. Nice. So good.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. So one of the reasons my back is irritated too is Hayes fell off some big rock in Bent Creek, scraped up his whole leg. I thought he broke it, so I had to like carry him on my back to like a better place to lay down. It was crazy. It was really terrible.
Well, were you on a trail? Or
Yeah, we were on Hard Times Trail to get to the lake, and there's just some really big round rock, and he was climbing. He climbed it up. He did a great job, and then he was trying to come down it, and I was like,
I
"You
bet
cannot
that
come down
scared
there."
you.
Yes, and because he went
So
down.
now back row, hinge forward, and you're keep them there,
Okay.
and you're gonna pull back, and then down. Now, that's probably too light because
Yeah.
it's your back. So what you want to do? Look, grab down here. Yep, like that. And all you're gonna get, and that, then the handle's not a problem here, and then the same pull. So that's
Yes.
all this upper back behind your shoulders. Nice. Oh gosh, but he was okay. And were you by yourself?
With Senta at least, but I still was like, how am I gonna get to the car if it's broken? Thank God it wasn't. It was just really scraped up, like really deep. I mean, and I went over close to him and I was like, do you need me? Like, I'm right here, let me know. And then he just let go, like he was holding on to moss or something, and so he just, it was terrible, poor
Such a
kid.
boy.
Yeah,
Such a boy.
exactly. It's like, I thought I could do it, and then he just kept crying, was it my fault? Was it my fault? I was like, I don't know, did you
Why?
intentionally try to go down, or did you accidentally slip? I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, just a couple arms, but we did it. We got more to come, more to come.